Bring the noise!
After weeks of blood, sweat, and tears, we have finally found the two teams who will be battling out for the crown. over the course of this best of 5, we'll finally decide who will be crowned the season champions. You don't got a budget for an echo. Good luck, Rudies, and may the best team win. You don't want to know what will happen to the losers. Buckle up, kiddies. It is time for the grand finale of Jet Set Radio Bingo!
And what a grand finale we have for you today. The two teams that have proven themselves and fought valiantly to get to this point will finally go head to head and decide who will emerge victorious. Our first team is a team that, according to Urban Dictionary, loves trends, especially the ones on shoes and clothing. They've put on a phenomenal display this season and struck fear in the hearts of every team that crossed their path. It's Ryomi and Yayo de la Riva from Team Hypebeasts. And going up against them today, we have a team that has been plucked from an ancient universe where they pronounce Jeet Seat Radio as Jet Set Radio, a team consisting of Bingo veteran and one of the greatest up-and-coming players of this season. It's 7th Ace and Vane from Team Cyberfunk 2066. And in the commentators box today for this historic match, we have the duo who will shortly reveal the most important lesson on how to play the guitar.
Stay tuned.
It's Hypebeasts and Eclapricious.
Now that is an intro.
I'm glad you find yourself funny. Welcome back.
You told
to
the
JSRF
joke.
Bingo. Listen, I want everyone to
Unwittingly.
know Hypebeasts DM'd me while I was asleep and asked me to record that one line and didn't tell me what it was going to be used for. Anyway, it's the JSRF Bingo grand final of Season 6 between Team Hypebeasts and Cyberfunk 2066.
Yeah,
Our players are pretty much ready to go. So, Bats, why don't you talk us through this board?
yeah. Well, we'll show them the board in a moment. I mean, we literally had a quick look beforehand, but yeah, there is a bunch of Kogane squares here. A bit of a wacky one to start with. Was this board 1? I genuinely, I was just looking at these. I'm kind of shocked that this was board 1.
You said this was okay to use as board 1.
I said board. Anyway, we communicate well here. Yeah, this is kind of a shock to the senses board, I think, which we're giving.
This is a 5 graffiti board. This is pretty spicy, I think.
That's true. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Yeah, because of the graffitis, I completely forgot about the actual. I mean, there's definitely not another Kogane stack board.
Absolutely not. Never.
Right. So, I mean, immediately, a lot of Rokokudai heights, which is a very quick area to get to, a quick area to leave. You got points 40k, grind 10. I mean, all of these. Tricks 35 is the longest one, if I remember, and special. So, I mean, we've got basically everything with Rokokudai heights here. So we're definitely going to see at least one player go here, and I'll be surprised if we don't see a double.
The most stacked area I think we've had all season. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 points in Rokokudai Heights. So surely someone goes to RDH, right?
Half
but
of the
question
points
is just
to win.
how many people?
Half of the points to win at one level. Let's go.
But there's 5 graffitis on the board. This is going to be complete chaos, and I'm here for it. This is what I want to see to kick off grand finals.
We're going to see what the players do shortly, because that's their minute up. So they will be going to where they think is best. And let's see what we got here.
And we are off.
Yeah, okay.
I want to make a bold prediction. I think someone's going to go to RDH.
Ryomi going to Bentensho. With Vane and Ace going to Kogane, so if you look diagonally, you can see where the players fight each other. We should have asked them to go in the same area on the same part of the screen. Anyway, Ace. I mean, we're going down to stream delay, and I haven't seen any real mistakes from either player. So
it's going to be neck and neck. It's priorities though, which I'm interested to see. Grind 10 is very, very quick. You may see a race for it.
Yeah, Vane getting War Road to Dark with Ryomi not going for it. Ace getting top of station and Yayo getting grind, so not sniping each other, both,
and now they
same
know.
Area, different places.
They know that the race is on here, so Ace is going to turn around and look for points, I would imagine. Yayo's also going for points after going for
it looks
grind.
like
He'll be slightly
Yayo's got the
behind to
advantage
this.
to points.
think based on stream delay, but ooh, okay, no, Ace is pivoting instead to Rift.
Ooh.
Okay, so Yayo's
That's
gonna pick
good.
up points, just about, which I think, yeah, I'm not sure in the moment whether Yayo would have won to that if it was contested, but he does
I
pick
think
that up.
Yayo
Going
committed
for
to
more.
it slightly sooner. I think Yayo had, definitely had that one in the bag unless Yayo had a skill issue. Yayo going for Rift, getting the dialogue as soon as Ace marks the square. So that does put Yayo in a tiny cutscene, not a major one, but do have to press A and wait.
We got a Highway
control
0
back.
race.
Oh,
So the start of the game for our other players was a race in 99th, a trade of Wallride to Dark for Air 4, both very quick and quick to get out of the area after that. And now we got a race in Highway 0 for the graffiti, and it looks like Ryomi is slightly ahead. Do me proud, buddy. Make this a clean route.
yeah.
What else is there on Highway 0, if anything? Trick 70 is on the board. I don't think we'll see. Yeah, I don't think we'll see anyone focusing on that. Don't want to risk slowing down the graffiti route. But right now, neither Ryomi or Vayne know that, or have complete knowledge that the opponent is in this area, and are not really going to know until the end of the graffiti route. So someone's going to get sniped here, and Ryomi is out with the lead at the moment quite significantly.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Ryomi does have quite a big lead. I mean, it's 2 sprays is a bit of an advantage. I don't know how he can really skill issue Highway 0. I do want to appreciate while I'm looking at this. So Yayo went to bottom point. I think we're about to mark something. Oh, no. Oh, going for graffiti, it seems. Ace starting on the graffiti in RDH while getting those 2 souls at the top. That is going to be hugely beneficial later. Ryomi is on that last spray in Highway 0, locks it in. And at 24 to 25, that is just a slight smidgen behind where Vayne would want to be at that moment in time. But, as you know, can easily pull it back. I mean, it's 2 points difference. While Yayo's working on this, Ace has had the opportunity to pre-spray some of the more annoying sprays in the Crocodile. So if the option is chosen later on to focus on this graffiti, there's a huge advantage here.
Yeah, so right now the points in the favor of Hypebeasts because of that graffiti. Ryomi beating Vayne, but Vayne now into Sky Dino is going to be trailing behind Ryomi once more, and that's painful when, it's still at this early stage of the game. There's so many places you could go with 5 graffitis on the board, and still plenty of points to pick up elsewhere. The fact that Vayne is just caught trailing Ryomi into another area is going to be a little bit difficult for Cyberfunk to keep the points flowing.
I mean,
while that's
it is Sky Dino. There is 2 squares here. It is perfectly possible that they both go for 2 different things. Depending on which one they think is more valuable. We're yet to see. Did Ryomi already get the tape?
I think Ryomi's going for the tricks into tape unlock here. Yeah. So Vayne's going straight for the tape, which means what's the other square here in Dino?
Points?
It's
10K.
points. So Vayne can just go for points, gets the out of map. It's going to be a trade here, so Vayne gets the best out of the circumstance that he really possibly could. Ryomi does get the tricks unlock into the tape. Love to see that becoming just like a standard thing that people are doing now.
Yeah. But 10K,
quickly. Ace
if
into
Vayne...
Kibo, still launch time.
Yeah, and both teams know they've got to just leave because there's nothing else. Ooh, Vayne taking that small hit. Ace in Kiva, like you say. I mean, there's just so much going on, but Ace does have a bit of time, but we don't want to see too much pain in Kibo. It's a stall launch, it misses.
Oh, Ace.
And that is bottom point spray, so at least Ace knows what's up, and that being the sky. We are seeing Vayne and Ryomi basically neck and neck coming out of Sky Dino.
Yeah, so we're pretty much done in Benton now, right? Like, it's still Highway 0 special and tricks if someone wants to go for it now, but I feel like that would be giving up valuable time on the board, where you could be going elsewhere and getting other things done. With the state of this board being so crazy, no one's really been going for bingos, is the interesting thing, right? I mean, there's still potential bingos on the board, but they've not really been a priority. we'll see if that shapes up as the game goes on. We expect this one to go on a little bit longer, but right now it looks like a mad rush out of Benton Cho for both Ryomi and Vayne.
And I think Ace has just made the decision of this is a bit foobarred. We're going for the stall launch. Yayo, with a lot of history of stall launch, hits it first try.
Going all the way. Oh, that's so clean.
That is a very solid stall launch. You can tell that Yayo is one of the few people to get a solid time in the new world of Kibo Jet Dash with stall launches like that.
Yeah, well, that makes a big difference. Ace has spent so much time here in Kibo and not able to hit the stall launch. It's more difficult on Emulator with the setup. And Yayo is going to be able to get in behind Ace and get ahead and get the snipe. And that could be pretty devastating for Cyberfunk, who are going to start to fall behind on points here.
Yeah,
Vayne,
I mean,
though, now uncontested in RDH, picking up where Ace left off. That's something they can use to their advantage.
Yeah, with 3 points in Kibo, one of them being upper platform at the end. If Yayo misses a jump here, no, it's not going to happen. Unless, what's the meme here? Yayo doing a bit of a weird jump. It almost looks like
It's the
Yayo.
Kev climb.
No, because Yayo was here before. It is neck and neck now. Yayo just gets it. That jump earlier could have cost him. Oh, but no, he's just got it. I think Ace knows the tape has been acquired at this point. There is nothing worse than knowing that, the stall launch has been a thorn in your side. But Yayo leaving, Ace does have an opportunity to commit and potentially get some squares. The interesting thing to me is there is a diagonal for Cyberfunk, though it would require going to Highway Zero. It's kind of wild actually, because you consider like Highway Zero, people were there.
Ooh, okay, Ryomi into RDH. Yayo joining. They're looking for a co-op here. If they could snipe Vayne, it's going to be very difficult.
If they can snipe Vayne, Vayne's on 47 out of 53, and this time the team has already sprayed Sauna. So,
I mean, Ace has always been, since we've added co-op, very good at splitting these co-op routes. And so I think it's going to be very straightforward for Vayne to just pick up everything that he needs to here and finish off this route.
What's remaining?
Which means, I imagine it's just this upper level here.
But this was what Ace I suppose maybe the tower? Yeah, 3 sprays on that tower. Kind of surprising that Ace didn't do that. Considering Ace was very methodical on the rest of this upper area. I thought the whole
will waste a lot of time for Hypebeasts.
We'll waste a lot of time, but secretly this is actually good time to waste, because Yayo and Ryomi, they still have so many sprays. So while Ace is cleaning up Kibo and getting some time out of the level, there we go. We've got 51 out of 53, 52 out of 53. What's the special? Where's the last spray? Oh no!
Oh, not this again.
Oh, wait, did I see it? Is it that any percent one right at the end of the 80% route? Because if it is, yeah, it is, I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'm almost certain. It's hard to see a player's map from here. Yep. No, wait, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh, no.
I think we're used to expecting purple to be a spray that you're supposed to spray because of Poison Jam. But that's just Vayne's default spray.
Come on.
Oh, boy. 44 currently for Hypebeast. Ryomi has left RDH, leaving Yayo to finish this off.
Vayne has time, but where is the spray? The time is running out.
This could be the last nail in the coffin here for Vayne. If he can't figure this one out quickly, going for the swag jump. Gets the swag jump. It's going to save a little bit of time here. Oh, this is getting really, really close now. And this goes from, Cyberfunk wasting a lot of time for Hypebeasts into potentially losing the game if they can't clean this up.
It does look quite high up there, unless it's... Yeah,
just the tower spray after this, I think, for Yayo?
If it's not this one here, then it's all over. Where?
Doesn't know where the spray is. Has jumped all the way down, and with the tower spray locked in.
The spray? No!
Yayo has one to go. Hold on. Wait, where's the
Yeah,
last spray for Yayo now?
I feel like Yayo will be able to find a spray, though, surely. With the amount of time...
I mean, Vane's given up. Vane's left.
What is going on?
Is RDH just broken? Like...
No. Yayo doing some wacky jumps. And there we go.
There it is. It is locked in
Vane had
for
there.
Hypebeasts.
Oh no, so that's just 3 more points for them to win.
RDH Graffiti is the ender of games, it would seem. Well, what's happening elsewhere on the board? Cyberfunk. See, what I was going to say about this play is the amount of time that Hypebeast committed to the RDH Graffiti that they would end up not getting, which they did, would have meant that Ace could clean out Kibo and then get elsewhere on the board and start looking towards a win condition. But as it stands, Hypebeast managing to snipe that away means that they're in prime position to win this game, and that time that Ace would have had to use more leisurely is now, you know, much more urgent. They need to get out and put out some fires, find some points to win this game, and it's an uphill struggle with Hypebeasts closing in on the win. 2 points to go.
Yeah, I think the big issue we've got here as well is Ace is on their own right now. There's no two ways about it. Ace is on their own, has to put out any and all fires. Shibuya-cho is a win condition already.
I'll go in for this diagonal though. FRZ Graffiti into Highway Zero special. I mean, that would increase the points to win.
That would increase the points by 1. Assuming that Yayo isn't focusing on getting Graffiti, and assuming that Yayo is focusing on just getting souls.
Yeah. The straightforward play for Hypebeast is just clear out Shibuya-cho souls, right?
Yeah. Which doesn't factor in that there is a bingo that would change things somewhat, except for the fact that they have their own bingo. And Ace is trying to prevent that right now.
Yeah, Ryomi's into Highway Zero. We're going to have a race to Highway Zero special here between Ryomi and 7th Ace former teammates colliding. Oh, Ace with a double frame boost. Nice.
Nice. I do remember Ace had a bit more of a delay to stream.
This is going to be so
it's a bit
close.
tighter than we'd expect. However, we're really going to have to see, Ace get Yayo's door, I think, and Ryomi not go for it. Ryomi skipping it seems. Ace going for it.
Ace doesn't
no
have cans,
boost.
Though.
I mean,
I'm
it's
not sure this
still
is really
straight
any
line,
faster.
It's going to help, I think, pick up the pace somewhat. It's not ideal.
It's so close. This is going to come down to who hits the out of bounds.
Yeah.
I'm so here for it.
This is an Ekla moment. Okay, we see Ryomi dropping in, going for it, hitting
First
it.
try for Ryomi. First try for
for
Ace. They're still neck and neck.
It's down to stream delay. They both have 24 cans. An odd
Ryomi has a skill issue.
boost from
A little
Ryomi,
bit slower there.
and it goes to Ace.
There it is. You can't get much closer than that. Oh my goodness, that's a huge win for Ace after a really difficult start to this game.
So it is 2 points to win, assuming that FRZ is obtained by Vane. But looks like Yayo has started on Churro Street Graffiti. So there are still souls on the board.
Hypebeast can still win the game in Chuo right now. It just means doing all of this graffiti, and Yayo didn't start the route in the right place, really. It's a little bit awkward. But maybe Ryomi just comes in and picks up where he left off. He's still a long way to go to get there, though.
I mean, Ace is working on Tricks 30, and that will prevent Ben Tencho from being a place where anything can be marked. But yeah, it's 2 points. There's the Hokage soul, there's the Chuo soul, and that would be it. I mean, this is one of the boards where I know I'm kind of memed on for my optimism. There is a world where it's not completely over for Ace, but Ace has to block Air 4 and Vane has to co-op Chio Street. And I do not imagine Ryomi's not going to help Yayo. there would need to be a catastrophic skill issue for Team Hypebeasts here for the... Did Joe go backwards there for special? Is that a bit of time lost?
Yeah, it looks like he's had to start the special unlock again.
Yeah.
So this, I think, comes down to Ryomi needs to go into Hikage right now, right? Like, the read for
Hikage
Ace
or
is go to
Chuo.
Hikage.
Hikage or Chuo, because, with Chuo pre-sprayed, that's kind of...
I mean, that does win the game, yeah.
Yeah. Yayo
It's
about
a
to
massive
go
uphill struggle for Cyberfunk. in
Yayo
this
not getting the
situation.
special unlock, though? This is time wasted. but
He's spending a lot of
equally-
time on this, but I think
We've got
Ryomi...
Ryomi Hikage.
I mean, he could just be getting cans and going into Chuo, but he is going to Hikage here, and Yayo spent a lot of time here in Chuo, not getting a whole lot done. This is still not decided, as Vayne is just
mean-
going to clear up the last of FRZ Graffiti to lock in the bingo right now.
I think the big problem we have right now is that bingo has been done. That does increase the points to win, but what Ace needs right now is a friend. And with Vayne in Kogane, we've got
Oh, the hop on the bus. Ace is gaming.
Ace is gaming, but Ryomi has Air 4 in the bag. I would be shocked if Ryomi doesn't get this. So that means Ace has to pivot, but Sewer Special is already unlocked for Yayo. This does put them in a really precarious position. And I hate to say it, the Kokidai Heights, that was the one. That was the square
Yeah.
this game.
There were a couple of moments this game for Cyberpunk that made this a lot harder than it needed to be, and despite some really, really good late game play from them in terms of decision making and also execution, the Highway Zero special snipe, the working on the diagonal bingo and getting away with it. This game would have been in the bag if you flip one of those other contested squares, the Kibo square that Ace lost, or the RDH that Graffiti that they lost by one spray. But right now, it is pretty much locked in as Yayo can finish off the last of this Chuo. In comes Ryomi to make it absolutely confirmed. And unless Ace can find a way to spray 50 sprays in
Murder
the next 2
Ryomi.
seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big tragedy of this game was Ace had a really good play there with that Gold Graffiti. But what I think happened, and this is me extrapolating from incomplete data and all that, I think
It's locked in.
yeah, there it is. That is game for Hypebeasts. But again, it was just down to that one square at the end of the day. I think both players are ready for another one. Due to it, that's why, they're kind of saying couldn't find a tag in RDH. I think what happened was Ace focused on doing the higher area of Rokokidai Heights early on, but without getting the tower, and skipping Playground, which was a bit of an odd one. I think Ace thought, I've done the upper area, and could not help Vayne narrow down where the sprays were. That would be my assumption. A good co-op route is powerful. Being able to explain your co-op route on the fly is really powerful, but it does have inherent risk to it, which I think we may have saw here.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that this game, despite all of that happening, still went down to the last couple of squares, really good rallying from Cyberpunk to get back in that
export
game
on
and
there.
still visualize it.
Players don't get a break after match one. Let's get into this. Let's keep
I mean,
this
that was a
party
hell of a
going.
match one.
Let's see. According to Urban Dictionary, not the best source. Right. So, this one is feels like you're overcompensating for the board's last game, eh? Look
don't know
at
what you're talking
all
about.
that Shibuya show.
These boards were peer-reviewed by the Wizards.
Out by
I'm
me.
not solely responsible for these boards anymore.
True. Anyway, here we go. So, this is gonna be interesting. Let's give the players a few seconds before we start.
Yeah, we just got
Yeah.
a couple moments before our players are ready, but that gives us some time to digest this absolutely obscene board.
Shibuya, Hikage, Dogen. 3 hotspots, 2 players on each team. Where will they go? And who will snipe who? And this is
I
one
think
of those
we're going to
ones-
see... I mean, we've got a bold prediction in chat of everyone going to Shibuya. I'm gonna make a different prediction. I'm gonna say 3 people in Shibuya and 1 person somewhere else.
I predict
because-
Hypebeasts will be the 2 in Shibuya Cho, I should say.
Yeah, I think you've got like RDH top of station is relatively okay. Everything else in Kogane is not like super amazing, but bottom point special is not bad. And if in a situation here where you're like, okay, they're gonna double Shibuya, maybe you can just go and rush those quick defaults in Kogane and Benton and get some uncontested points, right? Like, there's still certainly stuff that you can go for.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow if a player gets sniped constantly here, because what do you do? Do you just try and go for the next, or do you leave? And I think player will be leave, but with so many points in this one area of the map, can you really stomach that, option? We'll see shortly. We've got our 1 minute on the clock, and we will see our players go shortly.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we've been playing Bingo in this format, in this 2v2 format, for quite a long time, and there have been, certain dominant strategies that have emerged, and so I love boards that are chaotic like this. It's going to be 4 in Shibuya.
My
Let's go.
surprise.
All right,
Yeah.
well, this is going to be a lot of quick-fire shot calling here from both teams. Looks like
Okay,
Vayne is
one
heading
going
straight
to
Hikage.
Hikage.
Ryomi and Ace to the tape.
Yayo-
Yayo also to Hikage by the looks of things.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think Yayo has a bit of stream delay, so I
Ace
think it
went
is
for
probably neck and neck.
cans. So Ryomi is
Ooh.
ahead with the tape.
To
And is now looking for
points.
points.
Ace going
I
for the
think
boost.
Ace
I
might be
mean,
going for points
there
as
is a
well.
factor of stream delay here. Ace getting points.
Ace gets it with the stream
Shout outs
delay
to stream
just
delay.
barely.
Yayo getting that first square in Hikage, the center floating. I think maybe they wanted to rush that diagonal, but Vayne going for tape immediately, which means Air 4 is a
Air 4,
freebie.
yeah.
Yayo leaving. As
Yep,
well.
Yayo
Via Air 3.
leaving. Air 3 locked in for Ryomi. Ace
Graffiti?
with really good focus on what to go for here, though, I think, has not been really contested.
Mm,
He's going to
got
pick
Tricks
up Tricks 25 here, both on that column 3.
So
we don't really
immedi-
see any snipes. Early Graffiti
Yeah.
started up here for the Hypebeasts in Shibuya Terminal. Let's see
Yeah.
a co-op Shibuya this early in the game.
Is Ace pivoting to Dogan?
Ace spraying some stuff
Hoping.
on the way, though, to Dogan. Still
Might have just
plenty
been a
of points in
fancy
Dogan.
spray. Yeah, so this is really good because I think like
Ooh, the
overall.
Hikage.
Okay, but isolate platform 50k.
I really like the squares that Cyberfunk got in the Mad Rush in Shibuya early here. I think they're strategically really, really strong. Like Dogan Pass statue, now they have a row 3 threat, a column 3 threat, a column 5 threat. There's a lot going on here for Cyberfunk. The control is huge.
Yeah,
And I
I
think it's just a
mean-
better in-the-moment decision for Cyberfunk to prioritize those squares.
Yep. Vayne leaving Hikage, which makes sense. There's not really much there to do.
Look at this. Look at this board
And
control.
Is Vayne leaving Shibuya?
Looks like it. I think this is the right time for it.
Yes, yes,
Everything
it is.
else that's left in that area is pretty slow, I feel. So Vayne is going to be the first really to leave and enter now into Bentoncho by the looks of things, as Yayo is instead going into Kogane. A couple of decent squares there, but Cyberfunk just have the run of it right now. They can go and do whatever the heck they want. With Vayne into Benton, they can threaten a potential column 5 with Highway 0 points and Dogan points, not incredibly fast, but they can also do Chuo, Right Canal, and Sky Dino default for the row 3. They've got so many options.
I don't think it's a potential column 5. I think we're about to see the column 5. You think you go put yourself in Ace's position, right? There is no way in the world. You know both players are in Shibuya Cho. You know there's some wacky stuff going on with Graffiti. Yayo and Rikaku die heights, which means Vayne is breathing easy, and Shibuya Graffiti marked. Ace might be giggling right now because it's neck and neck on points, but, and that's a big but, and I cannot lie, Dogan special, Dogan points. We're probably not going to see special just quite yet, but that 50k combined with a Highway 0 is an early bingo, and there's more threats
Ryomi,
available.
car strats.
Ryomi in Churro Street, going for Right Canal to block a bingo threat, but not the right bingo threat that needs to be blocked right now. And yes, we see 50k. And well, yeah, Ace is locked into a lap. So yeah, I don't know why I was saying we're not going to see special. We're going to see special.
Why not? Yeah. And that suddenly sets up a potential column 4 as well, which sorry, column 3 as well, which would be crazy. And what this, I think, does is it punishes Hypebeasts for the early graffiti, which we know they love to do, especially Ryomi is a massive fan of
Oh
early
my god,
graffiti.
no cans on the hill for Ace. Just doing a lap that quickly.
That's actually crazy, yeah. But yeah, we know that Hypebeasts love their early graffiti, and in this game, this wasn't the right play. The early Shibuya graffiti doesn't give you the board control you need when there are so many other things on the board to pick up at that early stage of the game. So though the points are even, the board control heavily favoring Cyberfunk 2066 right now. Vayne, uncontested in the deepest parts of Benton Show, will be able to lock in the Highway 0 points and clinch this bingo. What else is there in the uncontested Benton
Vayne
Show?
not get special? Was that what we saw? I feel like special's more likely to not be the one that's hit. Yeah. Wait, no point.
Special's not on the board, it's just points and tricks.
Tricks, I should say. Sorry, my bad. It was, special, for getting the tricks. Right, so I think it's pretty well known that Vayne is in Highway 0 now. With that bingo, you love to see it. And those two very close squares together. Vayne does have a bit of advantage to SDPP. It would be a
We could see
opportunity.
Cyberfunk clinch this game in the next couple of minutes. If Ryomi can't beat Vayne to these squares in SDPP, got floating pink half pipes, and then you've got default in Dino as well, which are pretty quick. In fact, quicker for Vayne to get to from this position, depending on what Ryomi makes the call to do. Ace is uncontested, well, not uncontested in Benton Show, but Yayo is currently in Kibo for that under tower, which it feels like a putting out a fire.
There is that column 4, which is not something you want to be worrying about. Looks like Vayne with a big advantage to the good old floating pink half pipes. Yayo still in Kibo. I'm not entirely sure. I guess Death Warps to leave. Not doing the meme that is failing Kiga Baka a billion times. Fair play.
Fair enough. He's leaving, yeah. So.
Oh, and Ryomi got to floating pink half pipes.
Locked in by Ryomi just barely. That keeps them in the game, certainly.
Yes. So what we are seeing right now is Vayne go into the outer map, not going for Circle the Pharaoh. I mean, we know a team isn't going to go for Kiba this early. It's just not happening, right?
I think Cyberfunk know they can win the game without Kibo, and they will try and do that. The bingo threat on the column 4 for Hypebeasts could keep them in the game, but they're not focusing on it right now. And Ace is ahead into FRZ ahead of Yayo. Ryomi is now going for SDPP special, but when this gets locked in, if Ace is done in FRZ, they will be able to get out ahead to Kibo and maybe get an advantage if Kibo becomes important.
Yes, I think that's the key here, right? We've got
this column 4 could still be a real thorn in the side for Cyberfunk. I think there are ways for them to win, but it's much more difficult if they don't deny this.
I don't think it's a problem, and here's why, right? Ace has the advantage to Kibo special immediately, which is great. Not Kibo, FRZ special. I was hoping to see the unlock, but it looks like they're pivoting early. 16 points to win. A case of one square and
this is going to be
would be enough.
Co-op Kibo, I think. For Cyberfunk 2066.
I want to see a single square locked in, personally, so that this is just, get the square, you win. I know.
I think the priority of Kibo right now is so high that they are going to co-op this. They already have FRZ special unlocked. Looks like Yayo's going to take that away, but
Ryomi
at that
is
point,
pivoting.
They need to get something, and then there's RDH special. There's points 100k in sewers that are relatively nearby for them to take, and they will have the numbers advantage unless Hypebeasts scramble to Kogane right now.
Yeah. Let's see which person here is more confident with the stall launch. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, Ace and
Oh, they're
Vayne
bonking.
colliding. Collision does exist. Oh my goodness. I was like, how the hell is Vayne going backwards here? Vayne with the stall launch. Let's see.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Hypebeast's
looks
one
good.
angle into this game, this column 4, is keeping them in it. Vayne gets the
My
clean stall
goodness.
launch into the second half of Kibo. Big advantage here for Cyberfunk in the Kibo graffiti race. And honestly, if Yayo is here committing to this, which realistically he needs to for Hypebeast to win this game, he needs Ryomi to really lock in.
He needs Ryomi to be here yesterday, and this was something
Yeah.
I was thinking earlier. SDPP special, I think Ace and Vayne, really smart play, not even bothering SDPP special, because even if you pre-unlock, you're on that thing, you're on that rail for a minute, right?
Yeah.
And that minute is a minute that Vayne and Ace get where they are both in Kibo, they are both spraying, and they get that early advantage. And Ace in early Kibo, I think, is really good, because if there's, if there's anyone I trust early Kibo to know where all the sprays are, it would be Ace. Between Ace and Vayne. No disrespect to Vayne, but Ace has been here for years, right?
Rando
Ace will
mastermind.
know. Exactly, right? Playing to their strengths, sending
This
Vayne,
is a
getting that first try
huge
stall
lead.
launch. An amazing display of what can happen when you just, like you say, play to your strengths. Both players know what they're good at, know where they excel, and they are applying that very effectively right now. Let's hope that it continues to work for them.
This has
Ace
been
have
such
a
an
bit of a
exciting
movement
series
issue,
already.
but like we say, the advantage of 31 sprays to 14-15, pretty good. Not bad at all. Now, if Vayne can just lock in the awkward sprays on the climb, which looks doable, we are looking very good for a game for this match.
I'm really curious to see what happens after the Kibo graffiti, because as things stand right now, Cyberfunk should win this square, all things considered. And then everyone scrambles to everything else on the board, right?
Well, I think
At that
whoever
point-
gets their half done first is out, right? Like they're leaving the level. So even before the square is marked, we've got a player already out advantage to a different square, and it's just
That's true,
picking
yeah.
which one of these squares is free and obvious, right? I mean, you could send Ace all the way to Sky Dino, really. Looks like Ace is continuing. Still got the under-level graffiti, it would seem. Very good. Though cans? Is there cans in here? Oh wait, no, it's a medium and a small.
yeah.
It's fine. Ace knows
Two
the
more to go.
management. And that is the ones in special room. So Vayne has this one in the bag. Ace has to. So this is kind of the worst case scenario for getting this square in my mind.
Looks like Ryomi is just straight up leaving, but he missed a spray on the way out here. I mean, it shouldn't
not
matter
gonna
because
matter.
Kibo graffiti is locked
Yeah.
in. Ryomi now not far from leaving the level and is actually slightly ahead of Ace and Vayne. And every moment matters here as Hypebeasts have to scramble for every square on the board to win this game.
I mean, what have we got left? We've got Hikage Ground 20, which, in the grand scheme of things, they do have tape already. Not a bad call. You've got Sky Dino and SDPP, both interesting ones. I mean, where does special spawn, right? Like, where are we gonna see special spawn for Skyscraper District? When it spawns there, it's not a bad spot to be in terms of pivoting to your next level. Ace and Ryomi both leaving just the sewers. So
All right, what's the focus here for Cyberpunk? They could co-op something in sewers, right? Like it would be crazy. I mean, I guess there's no
Yayo
real
is
need
sewering
to,
right
but
now. 100k.
They could co-op RDH special. I think that's the way to win it from here, right?
Potentially. I'm wondering what the plan is, right?
Ace is going to the tape, Vayne's going to climb.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. I like this.
And they're uncontested.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
Single point to win.
very stylish way to win the game from this position. A lot of hard
Beautiful
work
climb
done.
from 7th Ace.
Yeah, a lot of hard work done by Cyberfunk here off of the strong early game, prioritizing the right squares, baiting perhaps Hypebeasts into the early Shibuya Graffiti, and punishing them for it, and taking this board control all the way to a win. The co-op Kibo Graffiti into the co-op RDH special to clinch the game. There's nothing that Hypebeasts can do to stop this from happening. What a game 2 from Cyberfunk 2066 to even up the series. And Ace for the coup de grace, even going to head into Shibuya Cho for a Hikage grind, just in case.
There we have it. We've got Sue's 100k, but shortly it's going to be followed by... Well, if the unlock animation doesn't give me a wait. There we go. The Crocodile Heights special. That is 16 points out of 16 points to win. No more bingos possible on this board. That is a win for Cyberfunk 2066. Meanwhile, we've got Viomi getting SDPP special, and at that point, you know Ace and Bane are
too
happy.
late. Yeah,
You know?
too little, too late for Hypebeasts. They just couldn't keep up with the early board control. Cyberfunk went to all the right places at the right times. They had that scare with the column 4 that could have kept Hypebeasts in the game, but the co-op Kibo Graffiti was right on time with that momentum they built up for the whole game, right? They had the tempo advantage. And yeah, we will see this board cleaned up in, just about 16 minutes for another full clear blackout board.
Yeah, I mean, this was a
really
wild
fast bingo.
one. The Shibuya Cho beginning, kind of wild, and seeing so many players not get sniped. I mean, I think we saw one snipe in that entire Shibuya Cho section, and
Yeah,
that was right
really
at the start
amazing.
of the game.
Yeah, like the fact
Ace
that there
going
were
to
so
cans
many
and
squares.
inching out.
Just Dino default to lock in here, and this will be Ryomi to close out the board and close out the game. Cyberfunk 2066 even up the match 1-1. We're going to at least a game 4.
Ryomi picking up the wrong default, but I don't think we're gonna hold that against them. Platform under first swing. By the way. Oh, there Ryomi realised.
Yeah, we're going to take a brief 2-minute break for our players to have a little comfort after 2 very hectic first games in this series.
Yeah.
How you doing, chat? I hope you're enjoying Bingo Finals, because I sure as hell am enjoying Bingo Finals. My favourite time of the year.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna, use this opportunity as well. So keep everyone entertained, Ekla. You'll get the next
I'll
shift.
do my best. Yeah, I mean, Bingo chat, if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them right now. And yeah, clearing the board it's an etiquette thing. It keeps people warmed up as well to an extent. Keep them locked in. And also sometimes players don't know when a game is decided and they just play until the board is cleaned out. And we have some questions in chat. I do worry. Can we ban Limmy? I mean, we could do that. We have the power. But why would we do that? What's the best song of 2024? I mean, we all know, right? It's Never Gonna Dream of an Absolution. What else have we got? Can we include doing a shuffle on the sewer salamander as a spot? That's Season 7 objective. Yep, absolutely.
Plug the salamander. Imagine if we had wild objectives like that. That would kind of go hard.
I would love that, honestly.
Imagine a player playing bingo for the same time. Player playing bingo for the same time wears the salamander, and we're just like, well, you deserve to lose.
Is Season 7 1v1 or 2v2? That has not been decided yet. I would love to do another 1v1 tournament, and I think there's interest in that. But we also love 2v2, and 2v2 tends to be better for introducing new players. So whether Season 7 will be 1v1 or 2v2 is somewhat dependent on who shows interest, I suppose. But we'll have to see. Now, Limmy, that's not a question, but yes, 4v4 bingo.
Yes, please. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors that will go into 1v1s being a potential thing. Um, I mean, we will know if it's something we're considering after the season is over because, my goodness, the amount of time and energy that everyone on the Wizard team has put into this season is immense. I'm pretty sure everyone want a bit of a, let's say, mental health break after all the chaos.
Yeah, Bingo is a passion project to the nth degree, really, and we love it for that. But it is also very mentally draining.
The dog has
right.
been given.
Oh man,
it didn't
I
scroll
think that-
down for me. It just said
I
the
think that's
dog has
cheating.
been given.
I'm not sure if we can allow petting a dog in between games. I think that's too much
Psychological
psychological
advantage.
Yeah.
Right.
It looks like
Just waiting for Yayo to
Cyberfunk.
return, it seems. There we go. So assuming Yayo's ready. Check.
Battle Royale Bingo is not real and it cannot hurt you.
Looks like Hypebeasts are ready, or he's going to connect select. Okay, we've got a ready from. Oh, I think that's ready from both players. I think that's fine. All right.
Well, let's get a new board.
What
Let's
was
get a
the
game
board I
3.
said would be a good game 3 board? Let's have a gander, shall we? Oh my god. This
What?
was the board that I said, and I think I said it last game as well. I mean, after last game with all the Kogani Cho boards, I was like, you know what, it'd be refreshing to have a stacked Ben 10 Show. But even with the stacked Ben 10 Show, there's still that row 5 that is 2 separate areas that aren't Ben 10. So, let's get ready to rumble. What we have
You know,
is...
honestly,
yeah.
the amount of people saying these boards suck makes me like them more. Because when there isn't a clear, like, dominant play, it creates sheer chaos and entertainment value. But it also makes players have to think on their feet a lot. I like it when a game isn't just like a clear cut, this is what you need to do, other than go to X area, right? You know, we haven't really seen teams angling for early bingo threats and dominating a particular strategy at the beginning of the game. We haven't seen a lot of snipes, really, all things considered, in the early stages of the game so far, and that's just because there are a lot of options. You know, it's testing on the fly decision making between all of our players, and I like that. And also, I'm in charge, and I make the boards, and you don't, chat.
A great philosopher once said, "There are no bad bingo boards, only bad bingo matches." And I live by
bad
that.
bingo players.
Anyway, they've had their minute. Let's get them going.
Alrighty then, let's get started for game 3 to break the deadlock. So you got the 4 Benton on column 5. You got the 4 Benton on row 4. You got some early Shibuya stuff. You got on top of bus. You got grind. You got points. So unsurprisingly, we will see
Ben 10
Vayne
Shibuya?
alone. Vayne alone in Shibuya. Okay.
I mean, board control exists in Ben 10. We got Yayo in Kogane. We got Vayne in Shibuya. So
Ace, Ryomi
both
race once
teams
more.
with a completely different strat here in my mind.
Yeah, it will be down to where Ryomi and Ace go off the break here and whether they'll contest each other. But right now, Vayne is going to be able to clear out these early, easy squares in Shibuya, which is a surprise not to see it from the Hypebeasts. Ryomi and Ace neck and neck, frame for frame right now, racing
Frame
deeper
for
and deeper
frame,
into Benton.
You know, there is stream delay always to factor in, so it's never quite that simple.
Yeah, I think so
You
far,
only have
we've
5
seen
cans
Ace
more.
have
Ooh,
the slightly better, or slightly longer delay, stream delay for Ace, and has also had the slightly better movement.
Directly under entrance. However, even if they wanted that diagonal, Ace does have a good position right now to be going for grind 15. Doesn't look like
This is
Ryomi's
good.
biting though. So, ooh.
Ooh, I like this from
What is the
Ryomi.
plan? I mean, there is a lot that can be acquired here, and I think Yayo's going to have to go to Rith. Rith is relatively quick and probably one of the quickest things we have right now on this board. But even so, I do still personally feel that Rith is a bit of a travel. Like out of all the quick squares, this is one of the longer ones.
I really like what we saw in Highway Zero here. Ace rushing to the high street, picking up the default and grind. Ryomi taking under entrance and trash pit and leaving. So they split 2 for 2 in Highway Zero. So respectful from both players to like make these kinds of calls of splitting the area in half. And yes, there's still the coin flip of maybe you both go to the same half of the level, right? But neither player is aggressively greeding and trying to get everything in an area. They know that they're likely to be contested to these high priority areas, that their opponents can read the board in the same way that they can, and it will be a 2 for 2 split. But Ryomi gets to leave first and gets into Sky Dino.
Yes, so another big thing here is that Hypebeasts do have the opportunity to threaten a pretty nasty column 5 and a bottom left, top right diagonal. And I say threaten very deliberately. I do not think that is something you go for. That is something you do to psych out your opponent. Because Soda is not too bad. SDPP Graffiti, ugh. Ace enjoys it, I do not. And I can't imagine either team really wants to be worrying about that early on in the game. But we are seeing Sky Dino and bottom point marked, so that means that diagonal is a threat. Not one I expect to be actioned anytime soon.
Boy howdy, I sure hope this game goes down to SDPP Graffiti. That would be entertaining.
I mean, we've still got Grind 15. Where is Ace right now? Leaving Sky Dino, so Ace was going to try and prevent that. Ace is pivoting now. Ryomi getting the Bermuda Triangle and making his way out, but Ace does have a pretty solid advantage leaving the level. Ooh, was that a cheeky perfect 4? Very nice. Vayne still working on Shibuya, and Yayo into...
This is interesting because we saw the head-to-head between Ryomi and Ace, and it was very respectfully split between the two of them. Yayo and Vayne have just been clearing out other parts of the map so far, and honestly have been big point scorers. And in terms of board control, that's been favoring Hypebeasts with a threat on the bingos for the time being. But Vayne has been working on the early graffiti, and this early Shibuya graffiti was what burned Hypebeasts in Game 2. Vayne, this time committing to it, is going to be able to lock in the points and put Cyberfunk at a very slight advantage for the moment.
I think that's always the interesting part, though, because it's like, you know, we've got points 100k. I'm hoping grind 15 shortly as well. My big argument when it comes to like early graffitis is, can you get ahead of your opponents point-wise and still have a pretty solid situation when it comes to your point or your board control? And they're not in a bad spot right now. However, Vayne is going into Dogen behind Yayo.
That's rough. We've seen people get locked into Dogen, and it's been devastating.
Is there any we're also seeing an SDPP threat.
No.
With Churo Cubby.
This is really rough for Vayne. There's no indication whatsoever that Yayo is here. He's just got to guess, and unfortunately it looks like he's guessed incorrectly, so outside of a miracle he's going to be committing to this Dogen for nothing.
I think the big problem we have right now is Ryomi very much in a position to get SDPP points unless a trick gets boomed or some wacky... Nope, health is there. Health is on the way. Oh, okay. Yeah, that puts Ryomi in a good spot. Already working on SDPP graffiti.
I think this is the right play at this point in the game, the double graffiti from Hypebeasts. I mean, this has been their play throughout this season, particularly in practice, and actually not so much in matches, but in practice, they love these plays.
I was really hoping Ace would have done something absolutely insane. There's no way the information Ace had would have made sense to do that, but I was kind of hoping we'd see a cheeky co-op Dogen Zaka Hill. However, Ace is going to block that Churro threat, which plays right into the Hypebeast's hands, it would seem. Hypebeasts, they like to threaten. They really like to lock it in. Which is worrying.
Churro Cubby means you commit to a lap as well. It's just Cyberfunk running around putting out fires right now.
And Yayo on a... I mean, the best thing that could happen for Vayne is the gap to be close enough that Vayne is at least in the record store when this square is marked. Vayne still has some work to do to get to that point, but isn't too far out. We see Ace marking Churro Cubby, which is probably a good moment where Team Hypebeast having a cheeky chuckle.
Yeah, I think Hypebeast seeing that
Ace
know
is there.
that this game is definitely theirs to win from this position, and that's crazy because Cyberfunk have the points lead right now, 11 to 8. But when that Dogen Graffiti gets locked in, it's going to be evened right back up, and the Diagonal Bingo is still being threatened with the SDPP Graffiti. There it is, Dogen Graffiti locked in, and score 11 to 11, advantage Hypebeasts.
Where is Ace going? Oh, trying to get
Ace going for the outbound. Yeah,
there we
clean
go.
first try.
Nice.
That saves a lot of time. I like that. Ace has had some pretty great movement over the course of this match so far. And locking that one in means they will be able to leave Churro relatively expediently, but now it's a mad rush to find some points because of that SDPP Bingo Graffiti threat on for Hypebeasts. It is pretty much on lock.
I think
12
Ace
points
knows the
so far.
situation we've got here right now. I mean, this graffiti on its own would be 15 out of 17 to win. I know it's a 16, a bingo plus
Bingo
one
does
because
increase
of how
it,
it's
yeah.
scored. So, if we look at this
Yayo can
board,
pick up the remaining Benton squares to close that out, which means Cyberfunk have to both get into Benton and win. Fortunately, nobody's ever thrown a game in SDPP Graffiti. It's never happened.
that's true. No one playing right now has ever done that either. So, very good reassurance.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically locked in for Hypebeast. We could probably call it now and just go on to the next game, actually.
I am interested to see the routes.
That's sarcasm. Just,
I know,
Just
but I am
to fully establish that for the viewers. That's sarcasm.
So,
Vayne is in SDPP.
Yayo
Ace has now
not
joined
in
him in
SDPP.
SDPP. Yayo does, to be fair, want to
mopping up
clear out
Tricks 40.
Benton, right? Like, he wants to
Yeah.
pick up 99th Tricks and wants to pick up probably Soda, but though he could still leave 99th since he's not that deep in the area and pick anything
Feel
else
lock?
up and win the game off of this.
What are we looking at here, Yayo? Because we see Ace and Vayne trying to get a bit of a... Oh, Ryomi going for a Volt. Gets its second try, not bad. Uh-oh, AD actively detrimental frame boost for 7th Ace.
Oops.
Oh, you hate to see it, but also it is very funny. I hate to say it. I'm sorry, Ace, but ADFs are always kind of wild. God. Ace going for early climb. This is going to really make the match difficult to read who's in the lead. I mean, I think it's quite clear that there is a lead from Hypebeasts, though if there is someone that can get a good climb up the observatory, it is 7th Ace.
Oh boy, 4 players in SDPP. I knew it. As soon as I put this on the board, I was like, this game's going to be decided in SDPP, because it always ends up being decided in SDPP. And that's why I love it.
I am being eagle-eyed right now and just keeping an eye on all players' graffiti. I mean, Ace with the 11 out of 40. Is that all of the ones that are at the top of the observatory?
There's 3 sprays
Ace.
up here.
Yeah, I think Ace got them all. I don't know. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm keeping an
gonna
eye on
trust
these.
Ace.
Yeah. What do you mean? I'm not gonna say it. Ace is here to. Ace will never forget Kevin anymore. Right. So we are seeing 13. I haven't actually been keeping an eye on a Hypebeast spray yet. because Vayne with a bit of a troubling
It's quite a big lead for
situation
Hypebeasts
there.
right now. It's like 31 sprays to 17 at the most recent count. Of course, density of sprays does matter to an extent, but the best we can really give you from a commentary and spectator's perspective is the numbers. We can't expect everyone to know exactly what sprays have been done at any given time, especially when you have 4 players in the level. So we're just going to go by the numbers. That's the best indicator that we can really give.
33, 34,
34.
so 6 left. They've done the center. I know that much from Hypebeasts. 35, I think Observatory Climb, and that's one. Okay, so Observatory Climb, and I think Yayo's going to mop up the rest of them, which kind of just brings us down to Observatory Climb with 19 sprays for Cyberfunk 2066 to get in the meantime. And you say 3 up top of the observatory?
Yes.
Unless anyone can check our maths.
Medium, a large, and an XL.
Ryomi is a bit short on cans. I don't think it's going to be an issue because there are cans up there, but
Yeah, no one's
it
ever
has
fallen
been
down
known
from,
that that's been an issue.
No one's ever fallen down from top of observatory when trying to get a cam before. It's never happened.
I mean,
This
the
level
worst...
destroys people. Like,
Yeah,
there's
okay.
nothing else to say, really.
Ryomi gets the first one. It's getting cans. I think Ryomi has enough cans. And yeah, it
This
does
should be
not
locked
look
in.
like that's
39 to
one
40.
spray left.
Where is this last spray then?
Is it 2 up here?
Should be the the
Oh, no,
medium
there it
here.
is.
So he's,
There's
he's
the
one
large.
can short.
One can short. Don't fall, Ryomi. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just a little bit of a scare, but there
There
it
we
is.
go.
The graffiti, the bingo, the lock-in. Hypebeasts
Oof.
take game 2. Their game 2. They take the game 3 win. 2-1 up, match point. Championship point for the team Hypebeasts.
Shibuya Spray is cursed this match,
Yeah, it really is.
this round.
That was
God.
honestly, that was the most one-sided it's felt like a game has been so far, and it was still close, right? But this time it was Hypebeasts with the better focus in the early game, the early graffiti once again kind of biting whoever sprung for it, and Hypebeasts really making a pretty unavoidable bingo graffiti gambit to win the game.
I think the best thing out of that entire match, out of what the teams did, I think Team Hypebeast, Ryomi marking, I think it was F4 in SDPP, and basically going, look, I've got 1 square left in row 3, and then all I need is Cubby, and that's a bingo, and your goose is cooked. Good threat, and it worked, because by the time Ace realised that wasn't what was happening, Ace was deep into Chuo, and at
Yeah.
that point, Ryomi is just chilling like a villain over an SDPP.
Yeah, it was very difficult for Cyberfunk pretty much when Vayne entered Dogen behind Yayo. You know, he had to make a call in that situation with incomplete information of where his opponents would be. He needed that Dogen really to get those points, and maybe with a little bit less hesitation could have competed. But in the moment, it came down to Yayo just being that slight little bit ahead, and Vayne not having the information to know that he had to leave Dogen at that point. And then it was pretty much just from that point on, Cyberfunk trying to put out fires, and they just couldn't keep up. And that advantage brought Hypebeasts to the game 3 win, their second game win. And we will be moving on into game 4 of Grand Finals momentarily as we clear out the remains of this board.
I'll say it, right? When it was best of 3, any situation where it was 1 win to both teams was incredibly stressful. When you got Grand Finals, when you got the title of Bingo Champion on the line, getting to a game 4 is incredibly stressful. But I think if there's any team that'll be able to keep their cool under the pressure, Cyberpunk 2066 will manage it. But then,
Yeah, honestly,
if they do, it gets even worse. It gets even more stressful because it is 1 match, and you know, any mistake costs everything.
there's
Hey,
a lot of pressure
that's what
on,
we're
but
here
there
to
is
see.
certainly, I believe in momentum. And for Hypebeasts right now, the momentum is with them. But if Cyberfunk can pick up the win in Game 4 and bring us to a Game 5, then the momentum swings back in their favor.
Well, I'm going to write a narrative here. They've been trading blows, and I think they've been learning from what each other has done. I think Ryomi and Yayo last game went for the early Shibuya, realised, not great, didn't go for it this game. That did help them immensely. I think that is the beauty of the best of 5 format, is you get a lot more time for players to kind of learn from each other, figure out what works, what doesn't. And we will see shortly whoever gets Hikage tricks.
So want to see a Game 5.
A Game 5 in the Grand Finals would be absolutely mental. I'm hoping for it. I'm praying for it.
Alrighty then. Another brief break between games before we move on. How we doing, chat? Hope you're enjoying finals. I said that last time.
How you doing,
Hope you're
chat?
enjoying the music mix. Thank you, Twinkachu, for putting together this music mix that's been getting all sorts of interesting responses in the chat. I've not been able to hear it, and I'm looking forward to listening to it once this match is concluded.
And I know chat cannot see the Bingo Sync room. I just want to say shout outs to both teams. Great sportsmanship on display. I know it's behind the scenes, but love to see it.
Yeah. There's been a bit of banter in the Bingo Sync chat, but a lot of respect between these two teams, and I really love to see it. Everyone just having a good time.
That is the beauty of Grand Finals. You wouldn't be here if you weren't, like, a great bingo player. And I think both teams are respecting that, especially with 1-to-1 from Game 1, Game 2. I think both teams are, really showing their best right now.
Yeah, and we got a little discussion in chat. The JSRF classic. What's your favorite song on the soundtrack? And if it's not Birthday Cake, then what's the point, really?
Yeah, I prefer the conversation of, hey, how can people support JSRF Future Bingo?
I think that's a good one as well. I mean, yeah, we'll take this moment to just talk a little bit about this season of Bingo and what a production undertaking it's been. This has been the biggest season of Bingo yet. We've had the most players, we've had the most people involved, commentary and tech, the behind-the-scenes tech that's been going on that Ace has been leading the charge with has been insane, and it only gets better.
Complete
moving
overhaul.
Forward.
I think
complete
is
overhaul, yeah, in how we display the stream. I did the graphics, I just continue to do my job, but my job has been made easier by the amazing coding wizardry of 7th Ace. Yeah, this has been the biggest production yet, and we are aiming for the stars. We're only going harder in the future. So if you do want to support us and our efforts to make Bingo even better, then you can go to our coffee link in the chat under the stream and such like that.
And as kind of a bonus, there is so far all of the Bingo mixes. Twinkachu has uploaded all of those to Ko-fi so far, and or Ko-fi, Ko-fi. I like to say Ko-fi, it's coffee, right? Anyway, at the end of the day, doesn't matter how you pronounce it as long as you can type the link. But seriously though, Twinkachu's been posting all of these amazing Bingo mixes that have been made custom for this tournament onto that page. So
and also the one that I made.
Yeah. And one-time contribution gets you all that. Once today is over, I will also be making sure that all of the lines we got from Chase Beck, who is also known as DJ Professor K for voice acting, I'm going to make sure all of those are on the Ko-fi, so you'll be able to hear every single variation, all the bloopers, all the ones that didn't make the cut, because unfortunately there were some good lines I couldn't use. Yeah, all of that's going to be available. I kind of want to do a few write-ups and a few bits and pieces of Bingo philosophy, but that's, I think that's less interesting than all of this neat behind-the-scenes stuff. Oh wait, we've also got stuff from last season. Yeah, we've got stuff to upload, basically. Anyway, I think both teams are more or less ready now. I can stop shilling Bingo poorly.
Alrighty, now we have the board for Game 4. Let's get started as we talk our way into another Kogane stacked board.
Let's go.
Nay is about to punch me, I think.
I think I said this would be a kind of wild one for a Game 4, specifically because of how everything kind of is laid out. Because you don't quite have a perfect storm with Kogane. You do need to go elsewhere. There's not like a good, perfect one. Shibuya Cho does give you some quite powerful threats, but with the board being how it is, you do
I
need
like that Benton is
two
still
people
important.
in Kogane.
I like that Benton only with 6 points is still important in bingo play, you know? There's some pretty decent stuff there, and for blocking out a lot of the dominant bingo threats, Benton's not bad.
I mean, I think if we think about it, right, it's kind of a wild one. I'm just kind of looking at the old board. It's not quite as bad as what the first, I think, board we had, but it is kind of wacky. Anyway, that's
All
the
right, let's get to
minute
it then.
up.
All right, game 4 begins. Match points to the Hypebeasts.
And players are going in. Looks like a lot closer in terms of stream delay right now, which is exciting.
Alrighty, so
Nailbite.
Shibuya
We've
for
got
Ryomi,
Ryomi
Shibuya
and
for Vayne.
Vayne.
And once again, Ace and Yayo neck and neck in Kogane Cho. Alright,
We're kind of
see.
seeing the team
Vayne
dynamic
boosts plus
repeat
jump.
itself a bit. Oh,
Ryomi also boostless plus jump.
for the cans?
Ryomi misses the... Is that soul on the board?
I don't
I'm
think that's
just
all on the board.
assuming.
I think it's just for cans, right?
Yeah, I mean, Chuo
Yeah,
is pretty
Chuo.
strong right now. You've got Chuo Special Tricks Air all on the row 3. It's a pretty ridiculous bingo, but it's board control, right? And then there's also the graffiti on the board. RDH Grind will be locked in by Yayo, Ace going deeper into sewers. And once again, none of these players really contesting each other in the early game, that we may see this between Ryomi and Vayne, depending on who prioritizes what. Tricks 30 is an immediate unlock here, but Air 4 is quick if you skip it. Ryomi going for the
Ryomi
tricks and will
very
Vayne.
good at
Yep,
this
Vayne as
particular
well.
tricks unlock.
We do have a new version of it as well, where you can skip the grind unlock. And it looks like Ryomi might have boomed a trick here. Vayne goes for the grind unlock, and will actually be out ahead to this 30 tricks unlock and
It's got 30
collect.
tricks, and there it is, center square, very solid.
That's big
Air
for Vayne.
4 is a freebie as well if Vayne chooses to go for it. We've got Yayo continuing in the Crocodile Heights. I think Ace in bottom point with 70k, very good. Whether or not Vayne goes for Air 4 is the question. It looks like they're both going
Yep.
for Air 4, which Ryomi gets. Very good.
The slimmest of margins, and somehow, yeah, Ryomi takes that one. Neither's going to go for special, unsurprisingly.
Vayne with more cans, Hikage floating. I think that's where we see them go next.
That's a very good read. Yeah. So with those extra cans, Ryomi can just head straight there. Vayne's going in ahead, but only 5 cans into Hikage is a heartbreak in the making. for
Ryomi
Vayne.
with 2 boosts available as well. I think this is very good for Ryomi.
I feel
less
like you
so for
just don't
Vayne.
go into Hikage if you have 5 cans, right? Like, yeah, you can pick up some cans in the
It's
area.
too valuable
here,
to
but
miss, I think, with this. Yep, there we go. That goes to Ryomi. It's all down to the canagement. It's unfortunate.
That's a big difference.
Vayne on the back foot a bit, but Ace going into FRZ.
So we focused a lot
Yayo
on the
getting
Shibuya early
Clipsal.
game. Yeah. Yayo just now picking up Clipsal as
Ooh.
Ace turns up in FRZ. Quick leave for Ace means they won't waste too much time here, but has to now focus on something different instead. And Yayo's actually looking to commit to FRZ here.
Yeah, not a bad scenario. I mean, looking at what's left, Kibo, 3 of the corners are in Kibo, which is very funny. Overall, Kibo is important. We need Vayne to get some Benten. I think that is kind of key right now. A bit defensive, but I think with what's left in Shibuya, getting an early start into Benten isn't terrible. It leaves
with the
Ace
stall
and Yayo to
launch.
fight. Ace gets the stall launch. The beauty of it, gets the stall launch where it absolutely matters. You need,
Yes.
Ace needs
That's clutch.
everything that they can get. Getting the
Look,
stall
it's
launch
column
right
4,
there.
by the way,
Amazing. Column 4.
for the
Okay.
Hypebeasts. 3 Benton Cho souls, or, well, 2 souls and a character unlock. But Vayne is in ahead. He's going to be able to pick up
Gets the
Center
jump.
of Dark.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing is left alley near tall neon sign. Where the heck? Meanwhile, 7th Ace gets Kibo unlock Boogie. playing their hand, but I think that's reasonable. I think Grind 20 and Trick 60 are both available. Don't think... I mean, Ace could go for the pre-unlock. It would be quite a valuable play. At the same time, I think there's just as much value in just getting the tape, moving on.
You know what's
Meanwhile, we see-
crazy? Is bottom left, top right is still technically viable for Cyberfunk.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
what the hell? So, sorry, I'm just reacting to this. So Vayne very much ready to go into Sky Dino. I think Ace was like, no, we can't do that. We need Highway Zero to be locked in a bit more. And so, Vayne going to Highway Zero, which we were quite
Ahead
worried
of
about.
Ryomi. They
Ryomi?
might actually go for this.
Did Ryomi
Not
go
only
to
can they
Highway
block
Zero?
the... Yeah.
What is going on?
And now he's leaving? Okay, so this is really smart from Cyberfunk because the Highway Zero not only blocks the column 4 bingo threat from Hypebeasts, but it sets up a very sneaky bottom left to top right diagonal bingo of their own. And also, it's just points, and they need points right now. You know, having Ryomi do the
Kibo and
runaround
Shiro.
and be chasing and not picking up points actively right now is good for them. They can just leave Highway Zero, having gotten the priority stuff. Soda, not really important anymore unless they wanted to threaten a row 1, which would be crazy, but not completely impossible, I suppose.
So I like this scenario for Cyberfunk, right? Because what we're seeing here is they've got air available to them, they've got grind available to them, and not only that, I mean, Yayo is doing a bit of a block with that, and I'm assuming we're going to see
Vayne
Yayo
has to go Chua right now.
leaving. Yeah, definitely. If they want to go for that bingo,
Bingo or
Chua is
not.
priority. Yayo...
I think they need it for the points right now.
Oh yeah, but like, and the
But
bingo...
they will get the bingo if they lock it in, and Vayne is going to be out ahead ever so slight. Well, Yayo
It's
is
tricky
leaving
one.
now. This is
Maybe there's
very,
a co-op
very
in the
close.
cards. I mean, they know Ryomi is all the way deep in Sky Dino. They don't necessarily know where Yayo... Oh, they know Yayo was in sewers, so assuming there's going to be a pivot there, it's going to be
It's
close.
all going to come down to Chuo, surely now. Ace leaving Kibo. Yayo just now leaving RDH. Vayne now leaving 99th Street into Garage ahead, and therefore slightly ahead in this race to Chuo Graffiti.
Management, both of them get a boost. That is something that they do have access to with their 14 cans.
So Ryomi's the outlier here. He's very, very far away if Chuo is to decide this game. But right now, it really depends on what Hypebeasts are reading Cyberfunk doing here. Because if they commit to 2 players in Chuo, they are basically accepting that Cyberfunk are likely to also be co-oping this. But Ryomi could still pick up points elsewhere, and you know, the Chuo Graffiti doesn't win the game for Hypebeasts. I think it's
It doesn't win the game for
still need
Hypebeasts, but it does give them that column 2 available. I think Ryomi's got
Yeah.
some tricks up his sleeve for
And
SDPP.
That's also big, right? Like SCPP points is quicker for Hypebeasts to pick up, and they can threaten a bingo if they get the Chuo Graffiti. So yeah, I think everyone has
think-
to be in Chuo right now, but it
Yeah.
does mean that Cyberfunk have the advantage to it. If Hypebeasts can win the Chuo
Slightly.
square, they will have the advantage to winning the game from that position, I feel, because of their column 2 threat. But that means they do need to win this square. Vayne in ever so slightly ahead. Yayo looking to go to the second half of Chuo Street and set up Ryomi to do the first half. Ace now entering Chuo Street ahead of his opposing player, Ryomi.
Yeah. I mean, what I
Slight
absolutely
lead
love
for
about
Cyberpunk.
this is both teams basically were neck and neck on opposite ends of the map, all going to that one central point, Shore Street. The value in this one square alone is it's insane.
Yeah, it's going to come down to execution, but it's also going to come down to co-op routing. We've seen teams miss sprays on co-op routing. We've seen both these teams do that. And it's going to come down to clean calls and communication between these two teams as much as it's going to come down to execution.
Yeah, but I think Ace is going to focus on this starting area of the map. I think Yayo with a bit of a smarter co-op route by going into that second half early on, leaving as much as possible for Ryomi to do, like here. No, you know, it all comes down to
It's so
who
close.
gets the best one. Ace
25
and
to
Vayne,
29.
both in
Very
dense
slight
graffiti
lead
areas.
for Cyberfunk right now. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of sprays in a small area to finish off the route here, but
Perfect.
it's not the most like coherent route. It doesn't make the most sense. There's going to be a lot of back and forth here for Ace, having to go, kind of backwards through this alley. It's not incredibly quick and could be messed up by these rails here, which could give Hypebeasts an angle back in.
I think if Ace turns around right now, continues on, I think this is probably the best way they could potentially co-op this section.
Yeah,
Vayne
Vayne's actually
gets
near the end
special.
as well.
They spent some
That's an
time
extra
getting
point.
that special soul. It is an extra point, but when every second matters and Churro Spray is
There it
marked,
is.
we are going to see everyone rush out and figure out
Bingo.
what squares they need. That does move the points to win to 15. A single square for Cyberfunk wins it.
This is such a good game. I love Bingo. I love Bingo Finals. I love these two teams. And this is just outstanding Bingo being played right now. Cyberfunk with 1 point to win to clutch up and even up the series and bring us to a game 5. They've got all the cards at their disposal to do it. Question is, which single soul will they pick up to clutch the game? And can Hypebeasts snipe everything from them? Because anything could still happen. It's Bingo, baby.
Well, Ace is going into Kogane on their own so far. Viomi going into STPP and Highway Zero Town with, Sky Dino as well. I mean, the beauty of a diagonal bingo, right, is...
Are they going to co-op RDH special again?
God. No, they're
Nah,
not.
Vayne is going into Benton Show.
That'd be a bit
That was
too
such
cheeky.
a swag play to win the game 2.
Oh,
Cyberpunk
yeah.
was very happy about that one.
It's,
I mean,
I was
right
saying
now,
before
Ace
this-
is uncontested in Kogane, so that basically clinches the game. RDH special to do it. Ryomi and Yayo rushing to the far ends of the map in Bentoncho for Soda and SDPP points, but it's all to no
Yayo
avail.
with some indecision, so looks like Yayo would be going to maybe block that Wakakadai Heights, but that time in Benten Show definitely didn't do Yayo any favors. Let's just say that. So we've got Ace. He could fall, who knows? But anything could happen. But I think realistically,
I'm going to say, I think Cyberpunk might have this one locked in.
yeah.
Yayo
2 for 2
just now
if this
entering,
happens.
trying to respond a little too late. Too much to do for Hypebeasts at the late stages of this game, and the diagonal bingo that defeated Cyberpunk previously is their savior in this series, evening up the series to 2-2. There it is. Game locked in. The team Cyberpunk 2066. We are going to a game 5 in the finals of
God.
season 6.
Me, you. Yeah, we can start doing commentary at 10:30 at night. How long could a bingo match take? I am excited.
Oh my goodness. We might just get the rest of this board played out as well for content. Thank you very much, teams. Love to see it.
God bless these teams. I'd like...
More time with my favorite people in my favorite pastime. I love bingo.
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't
I
have
will
asked for a better final.
Use
to be
this one
honest.
for a quick break early, so if they want to break, you get an opportunity to also stand up for a second. I'll be right back. Keep chatting
Stand
and check.
up. Nah. But hey, chat, if you want to take a break, get a drink, stand up, stretch, do all those things. Take care of yourselves. Get yourselves mentally prepared for the epic finale of Season 6 of JSRF Bingo. Ah, I love Bingo. Hi, Shovel. Hi. See, when I made that that particular mashup, I knew that there was one person in particular that was going to want to kill me, and I knew it was going to be Shovel. And I'm glad that I was right. I'm very proud of it. That was my favorite thing about making that mix. Sometimes you just gotta let the intrusive thoughts win. And yeah, looks like to clear out this board, we will see Soda picked up by Ryomi if he doesn't die in the process. Don't get hit by traffic.
You ever just have a realization? This next match is the only thing standing between Team Hypebeasts and a Season 6 sweep. They got pinball.
That's true.
Will they get bingo?
Well, technically, I mean, Ace did do the perfect pinball project, so it would be a sweep for Ace as well.
I guess you've
if
got
they pick up
both
the
of
win.
the best pinball players here. We got that soda. Let's go.
A little bit of soda for the fans.
God bless.
Oh man. All right, let me take a peek at what absolute travesty of a board we put together for Game 5. Oh, it's this one. Oh, I like this one. This is fine. I'm just gonna get flamed for all of my boards, so it doesn't matter.
I don't remember the specifics, but I do remember, and I quote: if a two teams gets to a Game 5, they deserve the punishment.
That is exactly what you said, and as such, I'm willing to put this board out there for the masses.
You know that like meme of like Gordon Ramsay talking to like children versus Gordon Ramsay talking to like adults? I feel like that's when you make a board that you think is really good, and versus when I make a board that I think is really bad. Like you get flamed, and I'm just like, oh, you're precious, you're so such a good board.
I just got a message from Ace in the Bingo Sync chat that says the Game 5 board better not be deranged. Well, Ace, I have bad news. One more game, the decider, the Game 5 for all the marbles. Looks like most of our players are ready. So we're gonna pop in that new board, the final board of JSRF Bingo Season 6. It's an evil one, I'm sorry.
I signed off on this. I take the blame. Right. Ooh, oh god. The diagonals are vicious. Oh my goodness. A light smattering in Shibuya-cho, but 2 graffitis there is kind of crazy. I should update my graffiti regex so I can see that better. Oh, a Sky Dino graffiti as well. Oh my goodness. And there's not, like, the 2 areas with graffitis are light on squares, so the board control does lie within Kogane-cho once again. Oh my goodness gracious me.
It's Bingo Finals. It's
it
Shibuya
is.
13 platforms. It's Sewer Special. It's everywhere.
Oh god. This is the kind of board I wish I could think up for pinball. Right.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes the board just giveth. And then sometimes you specifically manufacture Sewer Special on the board because it's Game 5 of Finals.
Yeah. I mean, this was, you know, custom made, let's say.
Alrighty.
Right,
Let's get
go.
to it. Game 5
Let's get
begins.
ready to rumble.
Oh, I'm so excited for this one.
Ooh,
So yeah,
where
Kogane
are
looks
they
pretty strong.
going to go? Continental. Okay, we see 2 players Kogane-cho versus 1 Kogane, 1 Benten. Here we go. One team going for board control, the other team maybe trying to set up some bingos.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot to be done here with points in RDH being the center square. Co-op for 7th Ace and Vayne here to make sure they lock it in. Yayo's going for Rith instead, also pretty quick. But I love this co-op points. With the, I mean, oh,
Ace misses it.
Ace fumbles the unlock. The thing is, like, this is priority, right? This is just, this is how important that square is to them. Yeah, they marked the wrong square there, and that ruins Yayo's day briefly.
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're just going to pause real quick there. Yeah, it was just a mismark there from Cyberfunk, which means that Yayo can mark the square. We're just going to briefly pause. Can they mark? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you can unpause the game now.
Yeah, how do I do that? I'll just click that. I'll click start, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, okay, just to clarify that for the viewers, Vayne mismarked the RDH Rith square instead of the RDH point square, and that meant Yayo thought he got sniped, but he didn't. So we just pause real quick, make sure that Yayo gets the square that he deserves, and we are back into the game. We're not starting a new board.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we don't
nice
want to have to
try.
go through the chaos.
But off the back of the beginning here, the co-op points for RDH for Cyberfunk, not super fast, but very high priority, is locked in. But while that's happening, Ryomi is cleaning house in Benton all by himself.
Right. One thing I do like about being a Sync Plus is if you put pause in, it does make the whole board red. So
Everyone notices
like,
that the game is paused. Yeah. RDH Cops 2 locked in for Cyberpunk as well, so they will get a point back in that area.
Doesn't watch this climb.
Yayo is
good. Yeah, there we go.
Having a little trouble, but there we go. We'll be able to lock that in. Now Ace into sewers, Vayne into Chuo once more for 30 tricks, as Ryomi continues to clean house in Benton Cho uncontested.
Yayo fell!
Yayo fell, Ryomi fell as well. Looking for the Sky Dino tricks unlock. The Hypebeasts struggling a little bit at the start of this 5th game. Yayo giving up on sewers. Ace is going to get ahead into sewers as a result and is absolutely moving their way through. Shouldn't have said a word. Now they don't have cans, but they have center structure. Is that on the board? That's on the board. Okay, that's fine. That's all they wanted. I think
Looks like
I mean, there's
maybe
still
bottom point
sewer
next,
special,
which
right?
is
But
a bit dicey. Got Vayne in Chuo Street. We got Yayo getting a bottom point square. Ace has information to act upon. Getting the tape, which in this area of the map, that does give us bottom points tricks 50 and points 50k. If Ace thinks Yayo has honed in on that one. Vayne getting Chuo points. And
very quickly, Shibuya's kind of running out of squares now.
Row 4. Ekla row 4.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Row 4
Insane.
with Sewer's special.
What a threat.
Bottom point tricks. Vayne can pretty much just leave
Evil.
right now. And Yayo's in bottom point behind Ace. Is likely going to get sniped to this bottom point tricks, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's the unlock.
If that's what he's going for. Yeah, I mean, points
What
is
else do
not
you go
valuable
for?
right now. So Yayo behind to this is going to lose this out, which means
Behind to
Ace
leave?
is slightly behind to leave, which means that Yayo could still deny this with Sewer's special. Does Cyberpunk want to just bait this and
getting
do
the
something
worst
else?
time to get all the unlocks.
Yeah. He's actually committing. He's committing to bottom point points. The points 50k sets up a potential row 5, but is it as important as denying the row 4?
I don't think so, because you've got Vayne in Dogen.
Yeah, great read from Vayne, just going where the points are right now, both special and tricks in the area, so you can commit to the area whilst also denying that bingo threat, and then options are
And
running
graffiti.
out for Team Hypebeasts. I mean, what have they got for bingos? They can still do a potential row 1 right now, because Dogen doesn't deny that. It's got Sky Dino Graffiti on it, but Ryomi is now into Dogen behind Vayne. Vayne's starting the graffiti up, though.
I
Interesting.
am
So
very
thinking
interested
he's got time
what
to
Ace
work
does.
with.
I mean, the only issue right now is if Ryomi gets the tape, then Vayne is going to be at a disadvantage to both these squares unless Ace goes in for a wacky co-op. But I don't think I've ever seen a Dogen co-op outside of Pinball.
What if Ace just goes to STPP right now and takes air, and then suddenly Dogen Graffiti is the safe play and air is the denial on the bingo? No, it's going to be Ace going into Shibuya Cho here. We still have Hikage Graffiti 13 platforms, still potentially a diagonal bingo online for top left to bot right. top left. What did I just say? Top left,
Left,
bottom right.
Yeah.
For Cyberpunk 2066.
I mean,
It's got the SDPP Air on it, so it's not realistic, but it's still another threat for them to have. And right now, it looks like 13 platforms is the play here.
I'm wondering, because yeah, that's the only thing you've really got in Shibuya. It does threaten that diagonal, but with a Kibo and an SDPP, I mean, SDPP Air 4 is already insanely valuable. I think as soon as Ryomi marks his first graffiti soul, I think that's going to be more than clear for both of.
You know what's really crazy
Cyberfunk.
about this is that Hypebeasts have said no, we're not taking the bait, we're not doing Sewer Special. And Cyberfunk are not actively working to deny the potential row 5 because it's a much slower bingo because STPP Air is on there. Which means that 7th Ace, most likely after getting 13 platforms here, can leave, go pick up Sewer Special uncontested, lock in that bingo, and then force Hypebeasts to have to lock in their own bingo with STPP Air. Right? Which Yayo's doing right now. Ryomi is working through Dogen, so they will be able to do it, but it still puts them slightly on the back foot with the graffiti being locked in by Cyberfunk and the bingo locked in with Sewer Special.
Yeah,
and then they can still technically threaten the bottom left to top right, but I don't think they will because of STPP Air likely to be picked up right now by Yayo.
Bottom.
It's a very close game,
Top left,
but
bottom right.
Yeah, top left, bottom right.
Yeah.
It's a very close game, but I feel like it favors Cyberpunk ever so slightly right now.
The best thing Ace can do is not. Yes. You love to see it. Right, Ace is not playing the I am going to block that bingo game. Ace is going into Kogane once again.
Yeah, it's going to be a trade of bingos.
Yeah. With that graffiti, it does mean that Cyberfunk is up. There's 2 other graffitis on the board, so it looks like they're more than happy to take that trade. SDPP Air 4 making its way here. I don't like threatening and then needing to commit to it. It is quite scary.
Oh, Yayo didn't get the unlocks. That's going to slow him down slightly, but should still lock it in.
Yeah. There is the bingo. Ace
bingo locked in
not going for the bait yet, going for the triple Kibo. Interesting.
Well,
Vayne and SDPP.
They are really holding the Sewer Special over Hypebeast's heads right now, like Damocles' sword. That's not the right metaphor, but it sounded cool. Right now, triple points in Kibo is a lot of points, uncontested, for Cyberpunk 2066. And I think with that point advantage, they can still leave this bingo as a threat, right?
It's scary, and especially because Ace is kind of... Ace is relying on this right now, and it is absolutely terrifying. I am worried.
It's been their bugbear this entire season. This store launch is something they've struggled with in matches, despite practicing it. But is committing to it, and I respect it. I respect committing to it, right? But then there's a point at which it's perhaps an overcommitment.
It's almost the grand finals paradox, right? Like, this is the one time that you can't afford to miss it multiple times, that you just have to commit. But also, it's the finals, so you've got to do what you got to do. Vayne with the advantage going into Hikage, and Yayo working on the graffiti in Sky Dino, though.
Yeah, I mean, we still got graffiti to consider in terms of points to win in this game. It's a 17-point game.
Likely 18.
Hikage Street, Ryomi into Hikage Street.
It's going to be a head-to-head between Vayne and Ryomi. Ryomi definitely more experienced when it comes to Hikage, so we are going to find out if Vayne has learned this one graffiti route.
Right.
It will make the difference, right? It's not a case of...
I don't think losing this graffiti loses them the game, because Ace can pick up 3 points in Kibo.
Bad situation,
it just makes
in my mind.
the game a lot closer from there on, right? If Vayne can somehow clutch this and win Hikage Graffiti against a more experienced player, that would be a hell of a way to win a game. If our expectations are that the more experienced bingo player wins this race, then it's still a 3-point trade between Hikage and Kibo, and then it comes down to finding those final points. With Yayo picking
You've
up the
got to
double
factor-
graffiti and Dino.
Yeah, that's what you've got to factor in, if nothing else, is that this is not a 3-point situation. This is a potential 6-point situation. That is a lot of points. The only thing right now that Cyberfunk can action and to do anything against is this Hikage graffiti. This is the fight right now. The other players are doing whatever they want. They're chilling. They don't know what's going on, right? Soon, Ace will reveal their position, and that will be a big thing. But for everyone else, they're fighting for their lives right now.
Oh, what a game. This is just moment to moment, so dynamic and interesting to watch from a strategic standpoint. Ace is going to be able to lock in Kibo Air here.
Vayne and Ryomi neck and neck. Ryomi like a few squares up, or a few sprays up, but that's because Ryomi got more sprays. But Ryomi needed one can.
Ooh, Vayne out ahead then?
Yes.
Yeah, out ahead of the right side of the map.
Get
Still
that
looking
spray,
alright for
Vayne.
cans.
There we go.
But it's not much between it. Let's see if Ace can get Kigo Baka right now. That'd be really, really nice. Kigo Baka locking into a special for the bingo would put Cyberfunk in a pretty good position. Still going for points actually though, so still has a little bit more to do here in Kibo. Might as well take it if you're uncontested.
I mean,
quick
yeah,
execution here for Cyberfunk could set them up for success in Kogane-cho.
I mean, if we see this marked and Sewer Special unlocked, that would put them at, well, a bingo, but also there's just so many points at play here. Vayne missing a jump.
Uh-oh, falling down in Hikage. That'll give Ryomi a slight, well, I would say a significant advantage at this particular point in the route, yeah.
Like,
oh, but Ryomi drops down missing that medium spray on the wall ride. Was that? It's not the biggest of oopsies, he can recover from that. But Vayne having to all the way climb back up to the top of this area is going to slow things down for him quite significantly.
Ryomi very much out ahead. I think the big thing as well is you factor in Sky Dino. Like, Sewer Special does shift the points somewhat. It almost feels like Vayne needs to go to 99.
Special. Yeah. Ace needs Sewer Special to lock in that bingo, because if Hypebeasts lock in this double graffiti, that puts them at 17 points, but doesn't win the game while this bingo is still online. That's really important to note, because of our scoring system. Scoring a bingo increases the number of points you need to win. So, if Ace picks up Sewer Special right now, it will move up to 18 points to win. So Hypebeasts cannot win with just these two graffiti. There needs to be other points picked up. But with Sky Dino tricks on the board and Yayo there, that could be the game-winning play. So Hikage becomes very important, and Ryomi is winning this quite handily now.
I am incredibly worried, and I'm wondering what Ace's read is going to be. Okay, Sky Dino marked by Yayo. They need to be in 99th. They do not have time to not be in 99th, and Ace needs to send Vayne there now. Really, that is.
I think this game is very close to locked in for Hypebeasts.
Oh, Vayne turning around, not committing to the. Is this? Did they figure it out?
Can they still
Has the
win this
puzzle
game, though?
clicked in their mind? Ryomi's still working on Hikage. That's going to take a bit more time. Yayo not getting Tricks 100, going to 99th a bit earlier.
Yayo leaving right now?
I mean, Yayo kind of knows that, 100 tricks, that's something that they can get if needs be. Vayne and Yayo,
Ace, please.
Going to be neck and neck. Ace, just climb. You know no one's going for this. Just go up normally, please. Do not give us another final game.
Hikage Graffiti locked in. Despite what it says, this game is not over yet. Team Hypebeasts with 17 points, but as long as this bingo is on the cards, and
Ace is at the top,
can lock it in by climbing the sewers, it extends it
advantage
to the bingo.
99th. Vayne about to drop in on the tape. My goodness.
Ace
it is all to play for right now.
Keep this game alive. Vayne starting up 99 special ahead
Yayo
of
getting
Yayo.
the tape. Do not mess up this unlock, Vayne. This is
What's crazy about
all
this
on
is now that Ryomi has to go all the way out to Dino, right? Unless they co-op 99 special on the way in?
maybe, but
That could be the way.
I mean, yeah, it is possible to do that. I'm just trying to think. Is it enough? It would be, yeah. It would. Oh my goodness. Pre-unlocking, leaving, going to. What the
This is really
hell
smart.
is going on? Wait, no, don't go that way. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, special's
Yep,
going to be
99
unlocked.
special
Okay,
locked
Vayne, turn
in.
around. Don't fall down. No.
The co-op makes the difference for Team
Oh.
Hypebeasts. 99
Yayo
special.
with the advantage into Sky Dino.
Amazing. Oh, this is peak bingo, baby. Oh, that was so smart.
And yeah, with the difference, Yao and Ryomi know they're going to call up 100 tricks. My god.
Oh my goodness. 5 games of peak JSRF bingo. And of course it would end with Sua's special for the bingo for Cyberfunk.
Yeah. That is heartbreaking. And they've already got the tape as well. It's just a case
Here
of
it is.
get 100 tricks. It would have to be insane.
Sua special. Being held just as a token.
Yeah, Ace is just like letting them know, yeah, I'm going to bingo.
But with tape already unlocked here in Sky Dino, Team Hypebeasts can finish off the 100 tricks here with a little bit of co-op, perhaps. I mean, don't really need it when you do this this unlock, but Yayo's actually not going to be able to do the unlock.
Yeah, you're missing the funny unlock, which is kind of wild. But obviously, Ryomi just getting it the normal way. I don't think there's a universe where Vayne manages to snipe this. I mean, that's...
Could you imagine?
That would be... I
mean, it
not
would win
want
the
to be in
game,
VC.
right?
Yeah, like I would not want to be in the Hypebeast VC if that ever happened. Okay, there we go. There is the soul unlock. It just takes Ryomi and Yayo to pick it up.
Vayne going for the cool unlock as well, but it will be locked in right now, right there. Team Hypebeasts to pick up Sky Dino tricks, Sewer Special, and the bingo locked in for Ace and Cyberfunk 66. But with that, Team Hypebeasts take the win 3-2. Your Season 6 JSRF Bingo champions, Team Hypebeasts.
Congratulations. Woo. I am in shock.
Absolutely phenomenal bingo. What a season this has been. Oh my goodness. That, and for everything to go down to 5 games in the final, to go down to the wire, to the last couple of squares, just, oh, I love
It was
JSRF
all
bingo.
to play for, and it was going back and forth on control. There was not a clear victor, but both teams playing 4-dimensional chess, maybe even 5-dimensional chess.
And we are going to have our teams join us in VC.
Ooh.
Hey Vayne, hey Ace, congratulations on bringing that to the best finals. No, hold on. Congratulations to bringing that to the best 5-game finals we could have asked for, because that was some fantastic bingo.
No, that was really sick. I mean, we're obviously, I mean, in no universe are we sad, or that we're like, oh, we lost. We don't care. You know,
Yeah,
that would be
understandable.
like pure, unadulterated, 100% concentrated copium. But none of those games sucked. Not a single one of them was over in 3 minutes and got blown out with a 21-7 score, something like that. No game was really, teams had better games than others, but in the end, all of those games were really solid games of bingo and tons of fun to play. And it took some really good outplays to make that happen. That Dogen play was the clincher because I was already counting the win con about a minute prior to that, where we get Dogen, Shibuya Hikage +1, and that's it. So that completely threw the spanner in the works and won the game for him. So well played.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. We have our champions in the VC, Ryomi and Yayo, Team Hypebeasts. Congratulations.
Let's go. Thank you.
Yayo. First season of bingo. How'd you feel?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm glad I entered. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I can see why you guys like really like bingo now. Like I get it. Like it's actually awesome. It's actually awesome.
Oh my god, I get it.
Season, but we got him. Finals. Mr. President, we got him.
A season in like what, like 6-7 years. But yeah, honestly, this was hype. It was hype as hell.
Yeah, and it's some absolutely fantastic bingo was played. And also credit to Vayne, who just picked up this game this year, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
All the way to grand finals. Yeah, 2 new players making it to the finals with 2 of our previous champions. Phenomenal bingo played. 5 games in finals, 5 close games in finals. Couldn't have asked for more, and I'm so glad that you've all joined us for this season.
You know, they were good games when whoever won, I would have been heartbroken because I was crying in the VC by the end of it. It was high stakes.
Not gonna lie, I don't
both
think I've
games.
ever used my brain as hard as I did during the finals.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Honestly,
sure, that was
my
some
calls
strats.
were just like top tier. I don't know.
Neurons firing.
Ryomi found the 3rd brain cell in one.
But,
That's
Yeah.
what decided. You need 3, just 3 more than 2, right? Like that's all you need.
No, yeah, honestly, Ryomi's calls were like on fucking point. Like, yeah, like all the outplays that Ace was talking about, like that was Ryomi's calls. Like the Dogen one on past game. Yeah, like honestly, yeah, shoutouts.
Fantastic. A returning JSRF bingo champion, Ryomi.
Yeah, one of the things.
I will be going for the 3P next season, just so you know.
Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
You've already
Me
got
and
wouldn't
Yamcha
even be
will
the
be the
first.
only ones with a 3P.
You what? Yamsa won 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I said
Damn.
3P. 3P. You know what a 3P is, Ace? Basketball?
3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yomsa's
Do
not
you
the
know that
only
3,
one.
4, and 5 are consecutive numbers?
You know me
Wait, who
saying that
won last
Yomsa's not the
season?
And
only
the brain
one.
cell's gone.
Who won last season?
Yeah, it's all over.
Brain is fried. The brain is fried from
Yeah.
all
What?
those insane
Who
plays.
won last season?
Or 4, 5. Who the fuck did one?
Yomsa won 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5.
Last
Yeah.
season? What was last season?
And-
Me and Yamza?
You and Yamsa.
Yes. Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
so
Three
yeah,
so
one.
finals
over.
of all time.
Okay, so
She has
one,
won
and
3 in a
then
row,
this-
and if you do it next time, you will also win 3 in a row. But it
That's
won't
what
be the
Ryomi's
first one.
saying.
I never said the
God.
first one. I
I
said
thought I
the
heard
only
the first.
ones. Come on, Ace.
Oh, come on.
You're
Oh
trying
my
to clown
gosh.
me. Say sorry.
Clowning.
Say
Nah.
You know
sorry.
what? Sorry, Ryomi.
Let's go.
Clowning.
Oh my god.
It's
Oh, man.
everywhere.
It's.
I don't know what that means. I'm just saying it. It's just a buzzword, right?
Oh
This-
boy.
This is what happens when the stream gets close to 2 hours.
Everyone say sorry. I was right.
No, no.
Oh, yeah, I was
don't,
right.
don't go
I
that
gotta
far.
apologize for shit.
don't push your luck. We can still disqualify you.
Oh man.
Retroactively disqualifying for that Crocodile Heights graffiti last game.
Yeah.
I thought
one.
specifically that I like looked at it. But,
Yeah, I also didn't make the call on which one was missing in game number 1, which I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's the large by the start point, and Vayne was like, by the
yeah,
by the
start point
entrance.
was, start
No,
point was. I didn't know.
other one, the
Oh,
upper
you're right.
start point.
Yeah.
At that point, it was just all, oh, man, we were that close. At game 1 is within a point. If that,
Mhm.
if we literally don't have like the biggest breakdown of co-op,
Yeah.
Folks,
it wasn't
don't
in
forget, remember,
Skyscraper.
Remember?
That 99th special was just like the greatest fucking play of all time. Like getting there on
It
time just to
was.
grab that is crazy.
all worked out.
All according to
Alrighty.
plan.
Well, honestly, we could keep talking about this for hours, but it's getting kind of late. So
That's true.
I think it might be time to wrap up Season 6 of JSRF Bingo once and for
Let's
all.
go bingo.
Let's
We'll
go.
go, and now no one will play for like 7 months.
Let's go.
Any
A well-earned break for
percenters?
some of us.
Right.
Oh,
And
I
DJ
think-
calling my name.
Now is a good time to close everything out. I would just like to take an opportunity to congratulate Hypebeasts once again on not only winning the Season 6 tournament, but also winning Pinball, the first sweep of
Oh,
a
yeah, did we?
season. Let's go. Also, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone that's taken on tech responsibilities this season, because they're rarely seen, well, I guess they're always seen because they're always about, but you never know how much they're doing behind the scenes. Twinkachu, 7th Ace, Natronus, without them, we would have no way to stream this, basically. And definitely, I need to shout out all the Ko-fi supporters, Ko-fi, Coffee, I don't care. Shouts to all of them, Daft7, Shovelclaws, Natronus, Sylvie T, Miku DS, Duda, Baker, T-Pain, Yomsa, Ryomi, and Vane. And before we close this out, I think we've got some special words from DJ Professor K.
And there we have it, folks. We finally found the ultimate bingo team. For this season, anyways. As I've always said, out here on the streets, there's no such thing as the end. Before we close out the season, I've been asked to read out a few thank yous and shout outs. First and foremost, a huge shout out to every single Rudy that participated in this season. This tournament would be nothing without you, and everyone here at JSRF Bingo Incorporated hopes you had a fun time. Shoutouts to Fuscavator for their tireless work on the mods we used to make this tournament happen, as well as Daft7 for their work on the load equalizer alongside Fuse. We would like to give a huge shoutout to Zaikumi. It doesn't say why here, but I'm sure there's a good reason. And let's not forget our bingo wizards who have worked tirelessly to ensure this season happens. Thank you to 7th Ace for all their development work on tools and software to elevate every season to a level beyond our wildest expectations. From behind-the-scenes tech to spearheading advancements in bingo technologies, Ace has been constantly working to ensure that we have top-of-the-line tech. Thank you to Eclapricious for their graphic design talent, which has once again made a team of 4 look like a team of 400 with the impressive quality that has been displayed once again this season. Shoutouts to Ace Bats who, well, he did something this season, I'm sure. He certainly yelled a lot both on stream and behind the scenes, that's for sure, and maybe organized and put together pinball. And last but not least, a very special thank you to Twinkachu, whose unrelenting drive to organize this tournament has brought us from humble beginnings to a dedicated team bringing you the biggest season to date. Without them, there would be no Jet Set Radio Future Bingo. So, on behalf of all the viewers, players, and the rest of us wizards, and yours truly, thank you, Twinkachu. Ooh, all that sentimentality has got me tearing up. But we've got one last thing to take care of. From all of us here at JSRF Bingo, we want to wish a very happy birthday to Alice Noon. If you all know it, sing along with me. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to Alice Noon. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Alice. You're a real one in my book, that's for damn sure. And that's all she wrote, folks. As always, thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, do I really have to say this? Okay, all right, fine. It doesn't matter if you don't know the lingo. We hope you've enjoyed Jet Set Radio Future Bingo! All right, that's it? We good? You sure? All right. Whew, I don't know about you, but this boy needs some grub. I got a nail appointment at 5, a pedicure at 6, and a reboot to star in, so, I don't know about y'all, but I'm out of here. Peace! And, don't forget to tip your waitress.
Thank you all for an excellent season. See you at some point in the future for what season are we on? Season 7. That's the next one. See ya. Thank you. Bye.